What is up, everybody? It is Blind Metal Gamer here with you once again for another live WWE 2K games discussion. And in today's discussion, I want to take the time to discuss WWE 2K26, the features that it needs to improve not only the gameplay experience but the accessibility experience as well. Now, I'm going to be starting off with saying this is not confirmation of anything. This is all speculation. This is just me wanting to talk about what they need to do to improve the game overall for this year's edition. We all know it's coming out in March at some time because that's when they usually release those. And we all know that, and I know us in the blind gaming community, sorry, we are all very aware that there is no wrestling game that is playable by blind and low vision players, and I would like that to change. Now, I would like to start off by saying that for the purposes of this video and this live stream, we're going to talk about gameplay first. And I would like to see more. They called them ultimate control moves back in the day. You would be able to put your opponent in either suplex or a power bomb. You could do reps with them, and then just drop their ass to the mat. I'd like to see that come back in some form if it hasn't already. And I would like to see, let's see that as far as other gameplay adjustments. As far as the creation suite, I'm going to focus on that for now. I want to see more wrestler parts. I want to see more moves. I want to see more parts for create an arena. I know that when we create our rings, we don't get many like rope choices. We just get the main WWE ropes and ring sounds. I think what they should do, if they would leave the PS4 and Xbox Series or PS4 and Xbox One behind, with if they would only focus on current gen and not do all these multi-gen titles, they could give us multiple rope choices, multiple ring sound options, like for when you hit the canvas. We already got multiple guardrail options, which is awesome. I know when I would play back when my vision was usable, and I could play these games without hindrance or sighted assistance, I would be making the hell out of some arenas, guys. I'd make some killer arenas that I always wanted to see in the game, but never were. So they need to give us more credit arena parts, more ring canvas impact options, more rope options, not just the standard WWE ropes because those are, you know what you're getting there. Um, and as far as gameplay changes, I like the super finisher option. I like how they do it. Although I missed out on 2K24 and 2K25, because of what I'm going to get into here in a minute. Um, the super feature finisher option I like. I think they should give you the ability to store signatures as well as finishers. Maybe if you stored like maybe so many signatures, you could do maybe a super signature and then store the finishers for your super finisher. So you have a super finisher and super signature. That would be just an awesome thing if they would allow it, make it, have that come in. Also, another thing that people have been wanting, and I would love to see this too, create a finisher for your created wrestler. Maybe, as part of the creation suite when you go to create your move set. Instead of giving us, well, you would have your predetermined finishers, yes. But let's say you select the option that says create a finisher. It would give you the option to go in with that specific wrestler and create their finisher the way you want it. No move limitations. You'll be able to use assets from the moves that are in the game and they would update it appropriately with all updated move sets, etc. That would be awesome. I would, I would You know, so when you go to create your finisher, you go in, you have your wrestler all created, you go to the move sets, you pick their moves, you go to the finisher option. You have the option to either use a predetermined finisher that's already in game, or you should be able to have the option to go in, create a finisher for your wrestler, and then go in and deal with that, do that. And it wouldn't be a thing where I think it was to SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 or WWE 12. I forget which one it was, but it had a creative finisher in it, and it was limited. I mean, you only had so many parts for your finisher, and that sucked. That totally sucked because I had all these ideas in my head, right? But you couldn't execute what you wanted because they only wanted the basic concept. And only having so many parts to the finisher, okay, this sucks. It was broken as hell online. So, you know, um, okay, creative finisher should come back, is what I'm getting at. Now, and then more creator ring parts, more creator arena parts and sounds. Now, I'm going to get into something that I know is going to piss a lot of people off, and this is what I was touching on earlier. There is no wrestling game that is playable by blind and low vision players, and I would love for WWE 2K26 to change this. So the next thing that I feel they need to improve upon greatly is accessibility features. Right now, if you boot up WWE 2K22, 2K23, 2K24, and 2K25, you only get the same options. Hold, replace your kick out button presses with holds, and the submission minigame with holds as well. So you just basically get to change your button presses to button holds. That is not good accessibility integration. I know what they're doing. I know they're trying their best, but okay. So if anybody at Visual Concept is going to watch this either live or on demand, here's the part where I would like you to pay attention to this because I want to give you some feedback and some suggestions from a blind gamer who loves wrestling. Now, to make WWE 2K26 accessible, no, not just accessible, but fully playable for a blind player, you're going to need a full screen reader to make these menu navigations easy. That can be done easily with APIs and application program interfaces for PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Or you can build your own screen reader option. I recommend API because you can just use it at the system level. You know, so that's why what? Are you asking why are there no wrestling games playable for blind players? I guess developers have not gotten around to getting to there yet as far as accessibility. That's what I'm talking about. So, okay. So we have full screen reader support, either at the system level or build your own screen reader, but make it read every single screen in that game as far as menus. Now, another thing that's going to make it playable by blind and low vision players is, or would be the addition of audio cues. So for things, let's say you're in the ring and you are away from your opponent, have an audio cue, maybe a ping that goes click, 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 or some other noise that will increase in frequency, pace, and duration when you're closer to your opponent. Then when you go up to the top rope, maybe have an audio cue for that. So you know when you're on the top rope or on the outside of the ring, on the apron. I know you're thinking, oh my God, this is sensory overload. But remember, these are going to be options. These would be options to help blind players. They wouldn't be mandatory for all players. They would be options for those that need them. Keep that in mind. Okay. So, and then another thing that would make the game playable by blind and low vision players, if there's any in-game cutscenes, if it would be doable, descriptive audio for the cutscenes. This way, you have descriptive audio, you have your screen reader support, your audio indicators for distance and spacing, and you have everything there practically that you'll need to make it playable. Now, I'm going to touch on something else here. Next up, I'm going to talk about online. I know everybody's going to be bitching. Oh my God, why am I a gamer? You're going to want everything crossplay. Yes, they need to incorporate crossplay in these games for all platforms. Why? It's going to increase the player pool. They've already got crossplay for community creations and cross sharing, so why not incorporate crossplay for online play? Come on, guys. So incorporate crossplay for on full crossplay support for all platforms. And then again, that screen reader would read, okay, let's say you're going into a match, it would say who your opponent's going to be. Just like in Mortal Kombat 1. Then another thing that I know everybody's going to go gaga over this, rollback netcode. Not that shitty netcode that we've been getting in the past. Roll back buttery smooth net code. It is open source, it is free to use. So Visual Concepts, you guys need to use rollback netcode and incorporate full crossplay for online play. It'll greatly improve the experience and it'll greatly improve the online experience. Now, another thing I want to suggest for online is easy searches. None of this pick a region, none of that. Just go have a simple search for ranked, casual, all that, and you would be queued based on what you want to search for. And hey, Murdoch Center, what's up, man? Murdoch, what up, man? What up, man? So okay, as far as online, that's what take care of that. Now, as far as the overall like match flow, I like how they went to the arcadey style of gameplay with the combo system. I like that. And I think they should expand on the moves you should be able to do from that. They should make it where you should maybe when you whip your opponent into the ropes, more moves should come out of that, other than just an offensive strike, a grapple, running strike, or running grapple. If you want to do a springboard attack, you should be able to do that. Fire your opponent off, run to the other side, do a springboard, jump off with a DDT or a moonsault or something. That would be awesome. Now, another thing I would like to see improved in WWE 2K26 would be the universe mode. I know that it gets a lot of crashes and it gets a lot of flack. If you're gonna have a um career mode or a My Rise mode with full voice, you should find a way to get WWE Universe to be voiced as well for the cutscenes and have the same descriptive audio for all cutscenes for My Rise and Universe. That way, it's accessible across the board. So, okay, that's gonna take care of Universe mode. And I like how in Universe you can just play as your superstar, which is great. But having that sandbox is awesome. I think that should allow you to use the universe mode as a way to create your own universe. If you have your own promotion, or if you're creating a promotion from the past, allow you to do that. And I think they should allow you to do that the way you see fit. Another improvement I'd like to see in WWE 2K26, I know that a lot of people are going to be pissed, is I know like right now you have to, I think, go to a specific site to upload logos and whatnot. I think they should incorporate something like ChatGPT to, okay, come up with a logo. You go in, you tell it, come up with a logo for blah, blah, blah federation. You go in, you come up with said logo, and then you're able to save that logo and go into the paint editor and edit it your way. So not only would you have ChatGPT integration, which I know is OpenAI, I know, oh my God, all the anti-AIs are going to be running at me with pitchforks. Oh shit. But guys, AI is the future. But what they should do is get it where you can use search, for the logo with ChatGPT or something. Or here's the thing. Or if you're a purist and you're an artist and you want to create that logo yourself, give us the tools to make our own logos in game. Yes, in game logo editor. That way we can make our own logos, make our own paint colors, etc., and have that be fully blind, playable, and inaccessible just like the other parts of the game. I know this is all pie in the sky dreaming, and I know this is all pie in the sky speculation. But I'm just speculating here. Now, the last thing I want to touch on in this video before I wrap up is the create a arena mode. I know that there's a lot going on with that, but I think what they should do to kind of spice that up is not only give you the newer ring parts, the newer ring sounds, but give us we got the retro mats, the modern mats for the floor. We can do the color schemes, which is great. But I think they should go one step further and give us multiple commentary teams, not only from current WWE, but if they could do it, maybe like old WCW commentary. Um, I know would be hard because Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross work for AEW, so maybe they could get maybe Jesse the Body Ventura and Gorilla Monsoon or Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, get some of their old voice work and put that in there and let us, or some way to get retro commentary. Because if you're going to do a retro arena, you should be able to have retro commentary to go with it. Come on. That's the way it should be. Um, hey, Leo, what's up? Hey, what up, man? Hey, what up, man? All right, so I'm going to wrap up on this. I think that if WWE 2K26 were to improve its accessibility, improve the gameplay, improve the online, improve the create a ring feature, create an arena with more ring parts, ring sounds, some a way to get retro commentary in there, a logo editor for logo creations in game, as well as maybe some way to search for logos, save them, and edit them yourself and whatnot. I think that would be a good package. So we'll have to wait and see what they come up with in March of next year when they bring it out. I hope to God it's current gen only. So with that being said, I've been Blind Metal Gamer saying so long, stay warm and stay safe, and peace out.